What's up, y'all? It's your girl Salaam, and before we get too far into this video, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe down below, and make sure you turn on that post notification bell so you guys can know the next time I post another banger video. So as you guys can tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video, I am going to be doing a response video to my brother Nolan and Eddie. He did a video about a month ago talking about my experience with the Tanzanian school scam, and about Theo and Saeed / Michael, whoever he chooses to be on the particular day. So yeah, I'm doing a response video to that. I was supposed to do this a while ago, but I just wanted to make sure that I gathered all my thoughts and was able to get this out in the clearest way possible. So this video is going to be short, sweet, and straight to the point. So I have some notes written down in my little book, so that I can make sure that I talk about everything that I want to talk about in this video. So I know if you guys haven't watched it already, I will link my brother's video down below so you guys can refer back to his video and kind of get what I'm talking about. Because I know some people who are subscribed to me aren't subscribed to him, and vice versa. So I want you guys to get the full story. So in this video, basically the situation was, I was under the impression that when we got to Tanzania, there was going to be a process with the visa to where I can get a student visa for 2 years so that I can be able to stay in the country for 2 years straight without having to leave and come back every 90 days or 60 days, 14 days, because they give people whatever time they feel like it now. Especially Black Americans, you don't get the full 90 days always. Some people are lucky, they'll slide under the radar for a little bit, but not everybody gets that 90 days every time. So with me, I got there on March 7th. I got a 3-month visa on my arrival, because that's right before I got there, right before Magufuli died. So I was in the country maybe a week and a half, and then I got the news that Magufuli died. So I had got there like right before things had started to get wicked and the corruption has started again, because Magufuli definitely cut down on a lot of corruption. But I got the 90 days then. When I went to go get my extension, I was supposed to get another 90 days. But at that point, that's when they started to do things a little differently, and they were doing, I wouldn't say a scam, but it kind of is a scam, because if I paid $100 to get 1 full year, why when I go to get my extension of my visa, or I leave the country and come back, you guys are basically pulling Black Americans to the side and saying, hey, in order for us to give you this 90 days, if you want the 90 days again, you have to pay X amount of dollars. You have to pay all these people in this room $30, 30 USD or whatever. Basically just a lot of corruption was going on. So I went ahead and applied for my student visa around May. I was talking to Theo, communicating with him via WhatsApp, and I will leave his WhatsApp and all his information down below so you guys can reach out to him as well and let him know like what he's doing to Black Americans is unfair, and that he should definitely refund me my money, because basically the whole school was a scam. Everything he said was a lie, and what he did was basically stall until my visa ran out and I was out of the country, to then communicate with me a little bit, and then once I left, he didn't respond to me at all. And that's when things kind of took a turn. This school visa crap is definitely not what it seems. You need to revise your plan if you plan on going to Tanzania and getting a student visa and think that you're going to get 2 years, unless you are not a Black American, because it seems like they are specifically targeting us and giving us the short end of the stick when we bring in so much money to the country, and they want us to put more and more money into the country, and say basically the only way you can stay is if you cough up almost 10 racks to start a business, and once we take that 10 racks from you, it is not a guarantee that you will even be able to start the business. We still get to decide whether we want you to start the business or we want to kick you out after that. So it's a lot of loopholes and a lot of little corruption scams going on. So that's kind of why I left Tanzania. And I know you guys were asking, I never did a actual video as to why I left Tanzania, but that is one of the main reasons why I left Tanzania. I definitely applied for the school in May. I did the application and everything via email and WhatsApp. So I applied to the Swahili school in May, and that was kind of towards like the middle of May, like started the process maybe like the 15th, 16th of May. And you guys saw most of the WhatsApp messages. There was a little bit before that where we were just talking about what the school is about, how many lessons I will be paying for, how much is the processing fee, because I did ask them, like, why am I paying $650? Like, what is that $650 exactly going towards? Is that just for 6 months of classes? Is that for my application fee? Like, is that for books, you know, in-person classes? Like, what am I paying that $650 for? So I was supposed to get a book, and then 6 months worth of classes. I can pick whether I wanted to be in person, Zoom, Google Duo, or WhatsApp. And the classes, I believe, were like 1 hour at a time, and you do it every, I forgot how many days you do it, but it was like basically 60 hours in the 6 month course. So not that long. You get like 10 classes a month. So yeah, so during that time, he ended up telling me, like, hey, we need to revise your application. You need to send me a brief, like, paragraph stating why exactly you want to go to Swahili school, because they're changing up what they require as far as what they need from the applicant. So I sent him that via email. He printed out, apparently, supposedly, put that with my application. I was also supposed to give him a passport photo, but when I was trying to meet him at the school, he was never available to actually meet at the school so that I could give him my passport photo. You know, the little passport size photos you get printed out or whatever. I went to go get those printed out because I'm like, okay, I need that for my school, blah, blah, blah. I didn't need it for anything else. The only reason why I had got those printed out was for me to give it to him. But whenever it came time to meet at the school, he was never available. So I'm not sure even how he claims that he's processing my application if I never gave you my passport photo. And secondly, I was supposed to pay $250 to the government. He was supposed to give me my invoice. I was supposed to take that invoice to the NMC bank, or I forgot what it was called. It was a bank that I was supposed to take it to pay the $250 to the government, which he never gave me the invoice to. It is now October 12th, if you guys can see that. My phone is like blurred. It's October 12th, and to this day I still have not gotten an invoice from him. I've not gotten a receipt. I've not gotten anything from him. The only receipt that I got was from paying the $651 to him via World Remit, which is an app that people use in Tanzania to send money and things like that. So yeah, I'm not sure how he processed anything when I didn't do anything further for him to process it. So it should have been an easy way for him to give me my money back. But of course, when you're dealing with scammers, they will lie to the very end. And basically, he lied about processing my application. How can you process my application to give me a visa when I have not given, you have not given me an invoice for me to pay the government for them to even issue a visa for you to process? Doesn't make sense. When I was asking him about the processing fees and the application fees, he told me it was $300 for the application fee for him to process the application itself, and then $350 for the classes. Now, he could not have processed my application because, like I told you guys, he never wanted to meet at the school for me to give him my passport photo. nor did he ever issue me an invoice for me to pay the additional $250 to the government for them to even issue a visa for him to process. So those two things were missing from that should have stopped him from processing my application. He refuses to give me my money back for that. So the $300 that I was supposed to get back for the application fee, didn't get it back, even though my application technically he didn't complete it, because every time I tried to schedule time for me to meet him at a school, as you guys can see, he always ran from me calling him or trying to set up a meet or anything like that. I was the one that was always reaching out to him first, which it should have been the other way around, especially if you're running a business. He never wanted to meet. He never wanted to set a time. He always was in school, but never in school. He was always teaching, but never teaching. So he was always so busy that he could never properly do his job, which was very, very frustrating for me. So when I did a little bit more research after this whole thing went down, I went on their Facebook and things like that, and I was noticing that there was a pattern of people that were in the class versus people that weren't in the class. All the people that I saw posted in the class, posting about taking the class, the people in the reviews on the Google Maps about taking the class, were never any Black Americans, when he himself said this was his biggest money maker. Basically, this is how they make their bread and butter. If you're making your bread and butter off the Black Americans, how come all of your photos and all of your reviews are not of us? You have not one photo of any Black American taking your courses online. You have Asians, Caucasians, and other European descent people. To me, that's also shady. If we're your biggest moneymaker, how come you don't have not one review from us, and how come you don't have not one photo of us ever being in your class? Well, I can answer that question. It's because he is taking the money of Black Americans and never issuing them their classes. Even, say for instance, my brother, he paid the $250 to the government. He paid the $650 to Theo and Michael / Saeed / whoever he wants to be on any given day. And when we went to go collect his 9-month visa out of the 24 months that he should have gotten, then everything was still copacetic between myself and Michael. I mean, not myself and Michael, myself and Theo. And he never once issued my brother his book that he paid for. He never brought it up. He never brought up any classes. He never said, hey, like, do you want to start scheduling classes? When will you be available? He never said any of that. None of that was discussed. What was discussed on that day was me and my brother were thinking about moving to the Gambia. We don't know if we're going to stay in the country. Can you hold off on processing my application, because I'm not sure if I'm even going to stay. I'm thinking about exploring Africa a little bit more, and I know that you guys say it's better if you go outside the country and then reapply outside the country, and then that way you'll get the full 24 months when you're outside. So we were planning to do that. At that point, he agreed that that was okay, that he would hold on to my money, and once we decided what we wanted to do, he would definitely be more than happy. This is what he said: he would be more than happy to issue me my refund, my full $650 back, because he had not processed it due to me not paying the government the $250 that I was supposed to pay, because he did not issue me my invoice, because he never took my passport photo, so he couldn't have processed anything without all that information. As you guys saw, I showed you that it is now October 12th, 2021. I started this process back in May, and till this day I have not received anything from Theo, not a service, not an apology, not anything. And even after the video dropped, instead of him saying, hey, you know, I'm sorry about this, I'm sorry we couldn't come to a resolution, I dropped the ball on my end. Even an apology, nothing. Never tried to issue me the rest of my money. Never responded to me after that. What he instead he did was be more childish and show his true character by sending condescending messages to my brother, basically saying like if you're gonna use pictures of me in your video, I can send you some good ones, or blah blah blah, like something very condescending, very immature of this man who's probably old enough to be my dad. Very condescending, very childish messages. And then he proceeds to say, after he says that childish stuff, he then proceeds to say, hey, but can you leave Michael out of this? He just lost his wife. How convenient is it that Michael's wife passed, as they say, that same day or that same week that my brother decided to release the video? Did she actually pass, or were you just trying to get that heat off of you guys? Were you just looking for some type of sympathy? I don't buy it, honestly. And if he did, then the Most High dealt with him in the way that he saw fit, because Saeed/Michael, as you know, he's associated with 2 schools that we know of so far. But the 2 schools that we found he was associated with, he's been scamming from both. We know people personally that he has scammed out of money, that to this day that were in Tanzania longer than we were, and until this day they still have not gotten a student visa. They've been having to go in and out the country. Some people are even basically just getting put out because they still haven't received their student visa, and they're like, hey, like they said I was supposed to be good with this paper. I paid almost $1,000 of my hard-earned money to go to the school, and they said I'm good with this invoice basically from the government saying like your student visa is being processed. And basically the immigration officer is like, no, it's not, you have to leave, let's escort you to the airport now. So after everything went down, basically to this day Theo continues to post stories on his WhatsApp. I cannot see him, so I know he blocked me on WhatsApp because he knew I was not letting up on him. And even after I sent those messages, I never contacted him again, because it's like, at this point I'm not even going to keep going back and forth with you. At this point, I'm now blocking my blessings, and that's not something that I ever want to do, is get on the bad side with the Most High. So at this point I am letting it go. After this video, basically I'm letting it go. I'm letting the Most High deal with him as he sees fit, because he not only scammed me, but I know he scammed hundreds of other people. And what's so frustrating about this whole scam incident is that there are so many people there that have gotten scammed themselves, or know somebody that has gotten scammed, but decide not to speak on it, which is very frustrating. I've had people message us and say, hey, I'm gonna do a video after this video comes out, I'm gonna do a video at this point, I'm gonna do a video at this point, and I have not seen that one response video. And that's kind of why I've been postponing or like holding off doing this video, because there were so many people saying I'm gonna do a video about this, or I'm gonna contact these people and I'm gonna get back to you. And that's very frustrating, because for instance, when Tiffany Banner did her video saying about what happened to her personally, just that one isolated incident, that's something that may not have happened to hundreds of people, that that she went through, a traumatic incident that she went through, there was hundreds of people responding to it quickly, doing lives about it, doing full videos about it, arguing with her about it. And that's so sad to me. Like, you would rather diminish this one girl's story and tragic incident that happened to her than talk about the tragic incidents that are happening to hundreds of and dozens of Black Americans. You would stay quiet about that, but to tell a young lady that something that she went through was not true, or don't put this out there and things like that. And it's almost like Tanzania has mind warped some people into just being like, everything is beautiful, it's so nice, nothing bad ever happens, this is the land of peace, nothing bad goes on. Like, it's just sickening to me. And that's one of the reasons I also left, is because I hated the fact that people try to, one, censor you about what you put out. And if you put anything out about Tanzania that isn't in the most beautiful rainbow fairy tale light that they wanted to be in, you're looked down upon. You know what I mean? You're reprimanded. Like, they want to be talking to you like they're your mom or your dad or something like that, and telling you, hey, you shouldn't be putting out those types of videos, take that down, da 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 da. Like, don't tell people about that. And it's like, things like this happen to so many people, and it's gotten this far, and people are still not talking about it, and that's why it's continuing to happen. If it happened to me, if it happened to my brother, if it happened to 4 or 5 other people that I personally know, that's already a lot of money that Black Americans have worked hard for and left America to get away from that. If I never got scammed in America, why do you think that I want to come to Africa and get scammed? I never even got scammed by a white person. I never got scammed by a scammer. And you think that I will stay quiet and accept that I came to Africa, a continent where they took our people from, and I get scammed here over a Caucasian or any other person? That does not make sense to me. So basically, with this scam, it not only cost us the $650 to pay for the school or whatever, it also cost us plane tickets for both me and my brother. It cost us tickets for my cat and my dog. It cost us to lose out on 2 months worth of our lease that we had in Tanzania. It cost us money to pay for this lease that we have now in Egypt, plus our Airbnbs and all that. It cost us so much, you know what I mean? Like, so much money. It cost us so much money to even get over here, just due to that one scam that could have been rectified with him just giving my money back, like he lied about to my face, and sat there with a smirk and was, I'll refund you your money. Yeah, I'll hold on to it for you, knowing that he probably already spent it or whatever. I really don't care what he did with the money. I just want it back. But since he is that type of person, and he already showed me that he's a very nasty individual, things that come his way now are going to be tenfold. You know what I mean? The Most High is going to deal with him, that he sees accordingly. So now it is a call to action. I am basically asking all the people, all the Black Americans, or anybody who has been scammed by Dar Free Language Swahili School, to reach out to me or my brother via this email, which will be in the description below, and share your stories with us. We are trying to do something now to get some type of justice for what he has done to people. I know it's not just me that it's happened to, so if it has happened to you, or if it sounds like your story is somewhat similar, or even just a little bit different, you started the classes but then he stopped, you paid for half like me and didn't get the invoice, or whatever, he ignored you, he blocked you, whatever the case may be, we ask you to reach out to us via the email that I will leave in the description below. Also, I just want to thank everybody who has left a Google Maps review for the school. I will also leave the link to their Google Maps so you guys can leave a review for them, and just let people know that these people are scammers, that they will take your money, that they will not deliver you the classes, they will ignore you, they will block you, they will give you the runaround for months. As you guys can see, I started this process way in May. It is now October and I still have nothing to show for it. I still have not received an invoice, even before things kind of went south, and the video came out, and before I even told him, like, this is not what you need to be doing, like, I need my refund, I'm gonna reach out to my bank, because at this point now you're stealing from me. You're basically stealing. And before all that, he still hadn't given me an invoice, and that was back in August. So we're now in October. It is October 12th, and I still have nothing to show for it. Like I said, a lot of people have been saying they're gonna do this and that, but I haven't seen anybody actually do anything, and that's why this video is coming out almost a month after my brother's video, because I just wanted to give people the opportunity actually to show. But I see that people like to talk this and that, but don't really do anything about it. So at this point, like I said, the Most High will deal with all these people accordingly. It is now out of my hands, but like I said, once you play with the Most High's people, you will face those repercussions, and that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Also, I will be leaving Theo and Saeed's WhatsApp down in the description below, and you can be anywhere in the world and reach out to them via WhatsApp. I know you guys know that messaging app. It's free. It works with your phone number. Reach out to them and let them know that this was a scam, that you guys are scammers, that you guys have committed so many injustices to black Americans, and that you should make it right and give these people a refund and give these people a money back, because like I said, that money is hard-earned money. You know what I mean? Money doesn't just grow on trees. And for me, it's like I was in a situation where when I left America, I sold all my belongings. I sold everything that I had in my house, or I gave it away to other family members or friends and things like that. And I packed up and I left. I left everything behind. Like, I left my family, I left my friends, I left, you know, jobs, I left all that. I just dropped it and I left. So for me, it's like I'm not even working a 9-to-5, which I'm so grateful to not have to anymore. And I'm super blessed. But definitely it is an everyday battle to recoup that money, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not one of those people that just scam, so it's not like I just come across $650 like every day and it's just like you know what I mean? It's definitely an uphill battle to recoup that. So I definitely appreciate all the people who support me and my brother by donating to our Cash Apps and our PayPals. It definitely helps a lot. It goes a long way. And I just want to say thank you to all of our supporters, and I want to say thank you to all the people who so far have left those Google Map reviews. We brought them down all the way to a 2-star overall review, I guess. I don't know how you say it, but yeah, so I would definitely appreciate everybody just continuing to support us and share this video out. Share this to your mom, share this to your brother, share this to people in Africa. If you know any other big news platforms or African news platforms, share this out to them. If you know any African influencers, share this out to them. Also share my brother Nolan Eddie's video, and let's just get this back to a place where we no longer have to talk about scams, or we no longer have to deal with the scams and injustices that are done to black Americans. You know what I mean? That is mostly what I'm looking for at this point. I definitely would like my money back, like I said, because $650 doesn't just grow on trees. And plus, it wasn't just a $650, it was a $400 plane ticket for me. It was a $200 ticket for my cat, a $200 ticket for my dog. They lost my bags. I had to almost pay for that. Like, it was just a lot of stuff that came along with it. I had to do 2 Airbnbs, and then I had to get a whole nother lease. So there was a lot of money that went into just this one scam, and it kind of trickled down into this whole snowball effect. And it's been a long journey, but I'm a very strong individual, and I pride myself on continuing to move forward, and that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm giving this over to the Most High, and I'm letting him deal with it, and they will be dealt with accordingly. But definitely, if you guys can hit those Google Map reviews, the link will be down in the description below. Email us if you have a similar story to me or my brother, or anything like that. If you ever been scammed by them, if your money has been taken, if you were delivered half the classes, anything, just anything, email us. The email will be down in the description below. If you feel inclined to donate, I will definitely leave my Cash App and my PayPal down below as well. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video, and make sure you guys subscribe. Again, hit that like button and turn on that post notification bell, because I will be posting more banger videos.